Okay, hi you guys, how are you? Thanks for coming out tonight. I'm so happy to be here. It's just been kind of a crazy, hectic past week, but we're all here together. I'm sure you all can feel this kind of threshold that we've crossed into eclipse season. It feels like we are barreling down towards something, and you cannot stray or veer away from the path. There is so much going on that I am hardly even keeping track of anything this past week. Let me say hello to you guys real quick, okay? Hi you guys, hi Marie. What a nice surprise. Aw, that's so sweet. You are always happy when I do a live or a video. Hello, Just Joy. And Apple. Apple, I hope there is an ending soon. There is an ending on the horizon, absolutely, with this full moon lunar eclipse that we're going to have. Hi, Charlie C. Sage of Fire. Cynthia Pierce, how are you? Hi, Teresa. Emmy. Yes, Teresa, you're here for live. Emmy Larku, coming in hot with the death. Yes, hi, Antoinette's granddaughter. Hi, Lisa Buresa. Great and illustrious, not dumpy. I know, I think great and illustrious, I'm like, that could always be relative to, different groups of people. Because there are some groups that think that he's all that. Hi, Paisley, Sue Ellen, Denise, and Virginia. Glad to see you guys. Yeah, I know we don't have our full moon lunar eclipse for, until the 7th or so. But this leapt out at me, and the new moon Virgo had triggered this hugely in Washington, D.C. Okay? And so, you know what? I need to step back. I wanted to update you guys on some things before I jumped into this. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm switching gears. But I want to say thank you so much for all your well wishes about my son being sick out of state and then coming home. That was really kind of scary. I think that was it a week ago Monday? So like a week and a half ago, he was flying back to Chicago. He was out in Dallas helping with a job, but he left that job early. And so his flight kept getting delayed back to Chicago. I think in all it ended up being like 5 hours that he was delayed. And so he goes, gets a BLT, has 2 beers. And then all of a sudden, an hour later, he is feeling terrible. Like, it got so bad, he's like, I just want to die. I could see that he's texting his sister. I couldn't really talk with them in the moment. And it sounded really awful. And he's like, oh, I got to get on this plane. I got to get home. I'll just try and go. Well, what happened is he got on the plane, he buckled his seatbelt, and then he jumped up, ran to the bathroom, and started throwing up again, and he missed the toilet. And he told the flight attendant, he's like, I'm really sick, and I sorry, I couldn't help it, And she was like, she immediately got on the phone. They take the plane, and they were taxiing, and they turned around and came back to the gate and left him off. So he was that guy. He was that guy where you can't wait to get on your plane, and then you have to go back and drop someone off. Well, that was my son. But he was so dehydrated. I still can't figure out what happened in the next steps, because he said he walked down the jetway. He didn't feel good. And then later on, I would say probably within the hour or so, all of a sudden my phone rings, and it's this gentleman saying he's with my son, and he's actually an EMT, and he's being transported to the local emergency room. So I don't know who caught him in the terminal and was like, let's get an ambulance and send him off. So they go to the hospital, the ER, they get him under control, they do some tests to see whether or not what it is. It ends up being food poisoning. But here's the thing, this was at an HEB. I know HEB is a grocery store in Texas. So this was the HEB ER. It was close-ish to the airport. And all of a sudden, he's texting me like, oh, I'm out. I'm like, what? They discharged him at 3:30 in the morning. He has like no car, and they're like, here, go get your prescription. 3:30 a.m. He was out of his mind. His texts weren't making sense, and he said afterwards that he had such a horrible, awful headache that he just couldn't even think straight. And so he got an Uber, and so the guys he was working with, they had a Airbnb. So he got his way back to there. No one would answer the door, so he's like, I'm just going to sleep on the steps. No, this is my son. I mean, could you imagine if this was a girl that they just let go at 3:30 a.m.? He was still so sick, and he hadn't like slept in the past day, and like all of his luggage went to Chicago, so he didn't have any clothes. It was really, really awful. And then he just sat in the Airbnb for a couple days and then came home Thursday. But even so, he was still really sick, and he had to get to school because classes started, and he didn't end up leaving until Saturday. I was supposed to take my daughter down on Friday to her new school because she transferred. So everything kind of was thrown up in the air. And so then Monday this week, because they were planning for me to go to her school and his school, which aren't that far from one another. So Monday, I like drive down to his school at 2.5 hours away. Then I drive to her school, which is like another hour. Then I come home, and so that was Monday night, and it was a bit dizzying. And I bring up dizzying because the other thing that started is that I started physical therapy to address my vestibular system, my vertigo, my dizziness, and part of my head injury, because I feel like it's really weird. These symptoms, I think since menopause, and I keep asking the physical therapist, like, do women change when it comes to needing therapy and rehab post-menopause? Because, that messes with your bones. It messes with everything. And so that's what I'm back doing. I've gone twice. It's been really, really helpful. I feel like a lot of things have improved, but it's like unleashed all this stuff. So sometimes I just feel like all my skin is crawling, or I just feel like I'm getting these rushes and bursts of energy that feels like Niagara Falls going up and down my skin. It's really weird. So anyway, that was my long-winded update. I wanted to make sure I shared that with all you guys, because you guys have been sending the best well wishes, and I know that you care, so I really appreciate that. How are you guys doing? You're hungry. Oh, Delphian. Hello, Electra. I can't believe the airlines didn't remove. I know, his luggage. They usually don't like to keep their luggage. Yeah. Is my therapy a chiropractor? No, I'm going through a rehab facility, like licensed therapists. So that is good, but I'm like activating a lot of vertigo. Okay, so back to this stuff. Like I said, this lunar eclipse coming on like the 7th, there is death to some great and illustrious person. Really. I just want to show you something real quick. Just made me think of this. So the other day, I'm in my office, and you guys know I have my one of my guides, Jeffrey. He has made his presence known. He actually looks like, do I have this picture? He picked a picture. This is what he looks like. And apparently we go way back many lifetimes ago in the Himalayas. And I have said that when I'm doing my ring and talking to him, that he doesn't spell very well. But it's because of the language barrier. And are they supposed to spell? I don't know. But that's what Jeff looks like. So the other day, I'm like, just felt like he wanted to tell me a word. And the word that he came up with was sack. S-A-C-K. I'm like, is this like a sack of potatoes or someone getting sacked? And he's like, someone's getting sacked. And these were the cards that I just drew really quickly. I was freaking out because I'm like, oh, judgment. So I was like, is it Donald getting sacked? And he's like, yes, there's judgments coming up because of him and money. And when I flip my deck over, you guys know that, like, I have a yes card. This means you're the point person of getting sacked. So the Chariot is on the way. It was really interesting. And the other thing I've been seeing, like, I'll tune into General Milley's energy here and there, or people who are like him. I've included like a broad category of people that are like him. And so for a while, he just seemed like he was standing at attention and alert. And then I would say like a month or two ago, I was seeing him like he had a big sword, and his opposition opponent, it's like he was holding that sword like right at the neck. Like he was just waiting to go. And then I would say like in the past week or so, I am seeing him in hand-to-hand combat with this sword. He's like everywhere with this sword and fighting, all out fighting. And then I just tuned in today, and it seemed like that fighting kind of calmed down a bit, and he's just standing there and he just kind of put his sword away. So I want to know, Milley, what is going on with this and how it relates to Don Julio getting sacked. So he was like fighting. It was a really big fight. Just a really big fight. And he was just out there all over the place. So this is him in a fight. This is why he's fighting. What does it have to do with these judgments? You're fighting, and the money. Queen of Wands. A nation. Justice. It could be an entity. Wow, this justice is surrounded by queens. We've got a court. We've got a leadership. So this is what's influencing him fighting. And the justice, there's judgment. He is fighting. Here we go. He's fighting. He's got the upper hand. I'm going to fight this off, because the challenge is, this is reversed. Oh, the Hanged Man. That's like what Don Julio did during the elections. This is kind of also them also being in suspense, waiting for a directive. So the directive came, and so that's him fighting. As it pertains to judgments, we have the Five of Swords. Look at all those swords. The Mob, transnational organized crime, money, the King of Swords. So this feels like courts and leadership take them down, take it out. So that's kind of interesting, you guys, right? Susan Lynn saw his ghost walk through her house wearing nothing but an old cloth diaper. Who's this? Are you talking about Don Julio? You guys, he looks awful. He just like has death written all over him, and like he just doesn't want to go, and he didn't finish his job, and he's got to get things done quickly. Oh, who is fighting? Lisa asks. He is fighting against another entity. I'm going to guess transnational organized crime. So whoever our opposition is hurting America. But ultimately all those things lead to Don Julio. And I just had pop in my mind all the players from like the end of, this is related to whatever happened at the end of June. When G was out of power, they took his power away. That's when Big Balls resigned. That's when Rittenhouse, what's his name? He deleted all of his socials. What else happened? The Epps files came out at that time. Artem Klyushin, his account was banned on Twitter, and then YouTube at the time deleted 11,000 Chinese and Russian channels. Like, all that stuff happened at once. And so I just got that he was in this fight recently related to all that stuff going down. And we gotta talk about, and the other thing that happened, of course, was that meeting in Alaska. And so I did a lot of teroscopes and a lot of throws on those things. And what I was getting, the activity the week following, here, let me get this. The week following, here we go. So they meet. So dumb. So the week following, there's more information coming out from ETA, but it has to do with what happened that week after that all happened. Well, Tulsi revokes clearances for 37 people. The Department of Justice is demanding voter information from Maine, and they had previously put a request out, but after this meeting, it's like they have to know this information. Let's see, what does it say? Then there was that meeting at the White House with Zelensky and our European allies. And so and then I saw Milley fighting. And I was seeing that there were moles in the administration. So these are all the things that came up in relation to that. So I had the sense that whatever happened in Alaska, it's like they got their own intel of what they were able to observe, and something freaked them out and triggered all of this activity. Now keep in mind, today, suddenly, Jack Smith's lawyers are speaking up. And I'm like, you know that's all connected. So I kind of wanted to look at that, okay? Hi, Carrie. Geez, I'm late so much for notifications. I'm glad that you're here. Hi, Gretchen. When do they leave the streets? We're tired of them. Okay. Okay. So, let's look at that. Let's look at that. Yeah, I feel like I don't feel vertigo-y, but I feel spinny. Like my brain is trying to function, but there's a lot of spinny stuff going on. But I don't feel debilitated by it. I kind of feel clearer, if that makes sense, which just, it doesn't, because it's like the opposite of what you expect. Okay. Okay, so we had those cards. Now here's the combination that kept coming up. Jupiter return, the benefits that you're getting from, something lucky, something that's helping you, and Saturn return is coming back. So it's like Don Julio's gains now that he's back, and kind of what he's planning to gain because he's back the second time. So this came up on what Don Julio was thinking about putz. What did he get from putz? Because this is what was charging him up. He was really excited because he was supposed to receive something at that meeting. And it looks like it's like a hidden plan. So this is what he expected to receive. Let me get this. Now, who else had this? This signifies what he gave to putz, and then Tulsi revoking clearance, and then the team that removes DT had this in the exact same space as that. You guys see what I'm doing here? This combination is where these things showed up. So Don Julio, he's back in action. Putz is giving him this. And in return, Donald is giving this to Putin. He's like so excited. They're just so excited. And whatever Tulsi picked up about this, she had to revoke clearances because, oops, this is a little too close for comfort. She's not smart because we already have everything that we need. And it all pertains. Now, what does the team that's going to remove Don Julio? Because they have all this stuff. When they're on their side. There's that Queen of Wands. This was the card that was on the bottom for General Milley when I was seeing him in those fights. Queens represent nations. They represent organizations and entities, like NATO, the European Union. And this was the card that I had from Jeff telling me Don Julio is sacked. He got sacked. He's in trouble. So this is what he got from Putz. The King of Cups, his support. The Knight of Swords, intel, people acting on his behalf. Death. To put an ending to something. He has got his minions to put an end to what? I feel like put an end to the tax that he's getting. I think this might be the EPS file. Yes, because Putz and them, they're all in these files because this whole EPS thing goes to Israeli intelligence and blah, 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 all the big players. So this is the plan to counter EPS. And notice we're not really talking about him as much. And in return, Donald gave this to him, the Six of Wands, the celebrity card, an offer, Four of Cups, and Nine of Wands. So he's giving, he's part of their clan, Trump, Putin, Unji, Netanyahu, all them. He's part of that group. And he is, in return, is helping Putz with defenses. And yep, this is the war. This is the war. Okay. And the same combination here. And now Tulsi reacts and takes away security clearances because, justice is on their way. The Temperance card, the Moon. Goodness. So look at that. We've got 3 major arcana. So she does that. She's trying to stop something coming at them. They were caught in this stuff. And she has to blend the information, make up a new story. And she is getting help from abroad. This is usually the red flag country, because there is so much stuff happening behind the scenes that always benefits the red flag country. So this is why she did that. It's a power grab. And the team that's planning to remove Don Julio, because they have government intercepts. Because, this is my card of like government officials speaking to one another. It's on its side because, yes, they are intercepts. Does this go? Holy crap, the King of Swords, Queen of Cups. So, because the Queen of Cups, the United States of America, has been overturned, and the King of Swords, the courts, I don't know who this is like, this is the team that removes Don Julio. And I wouldn't draw cards if that wasn't true. So that's kind of interesting. How are you guys doing? I know, I just cannot keep up with this stuff. Yeah, Israel's holding them back too. It's really ugly what's going on here. You know, and Don Julio will, you know, he'll accept a bribe. He'll take the money for anything. But he is in a difficult position. Now, all this happens. And today, Jack Smith's lawyers respond. I don't even know what the case was about, but I do want to know, you know, they're only going to respond at a strategic time. Oh, it's 8:27. The moon is going into Scorpio right now. Tell me, you guys, if you feel that shift. The moon was void, of course, in Libra, but now it's oh boy, I feel that. It's like it's got its X-ray vision on and is planning to uncover some stuff. Linda G had a dream and saw him being hauled out of the White House, but she couldn't see who was doing it. Oh, that is interesting. I haven't been able to watch anybody lately. Okay, so where's the rest of this deck? Oh, they need to be shuffled. But I had just put them in order. But I can still do this. Okay, so based on that spread that I just did, and we're seeing the players and what they're doing, this is why respond today. Eyes on. Okay, does anybody know what that was about with his lawyers responding today? That was the only thing that I saw. He was yelling out it was Stephen Miller's fault? Oh, jeez. Okay. Why his lawyers responded today. Whoops. Why? What happened in this past month? I need a card for what happened at the end of June. So doing this, now they're looking at this. And today would be a good day to do that because, ooh, Aries, I am. This used to be an Elon Felonia card. I have the evidence. Huh, that is interesting. Okay, so supposedly Jack violated the Hatch Act. Oh my gosh, these people. It's just anything. So this is why they're responding. The sun, something was illuminated. Jupiter return benefits reversed. They were seeing how this was playing out. There were some things with Don Julio that just had to play out, and I think this Alaska business was helping. This is what happened, and this is all red flag country. Convos. That goes back to G, Big Balls, Kyle, Epps files, and Artem losing his account. So they have their eyes on this. Don Julio, how he handled all that stuff, and the lawyers responding today because they got a plan. What is this? What is this about? Donald coming back, how he handled something, and this is leading to what? The Six Wands mob, transnational organized crime. They're waiting for this stuff to settle. Oh, there you go. There you go. You got Tulsi and Putz there. That was her and Donald helping Putz with defenses. So they're watching how this all played out, leading to the mob. And they're now pre-paving this for Eight of Swords. Oh, the Fool. Yeah, these are always indictments. This is that nightmare. It's like Donald can't see, or they're acting like they can't see. They're acting weak when they're actually very strong. But this timing was not an accident. Okay? Okie doke. White House spoke his name and dropped it. He's playing offense and calling them out. Yeah. Thank goodness. Okay, you know what? I want to show you guys some charts. Because this is really what's coming ahead for us. Everything is going to get really shaken up here because we're hitting some major eclipse points. Okay, so I have I had to add Chicago's chart just because of all the talk. This lunar eclipse coming up is at 15 degrees Virgo is the sun. The moon is at 15 degrees Pisces. And right here, even in Chicago, we have the midheaven is 16 degrees Virgo. So the lower heaven, what root Chicago, is 16 degrees Pisces. So this lunar eclipse is going to illuminate some major things here in Chicago. I feel like it's too much of a challenge for Don Julio to keep up with it. But, so this was the new moon solar eclipse in Aries last April 20th. The sun and moon combo were at 29 degrees. If you notice, at the top of the chart, we have 15 degrees Libra. Jupiter, where's Jupiter right now? I just saw that. Mars is over here at 20. Jupiter is right around here. So Jupiter, whatever was happening back then related to Jupiter and the law, actually USA Saturn is there too, is going to be activated in the skies. Oh, well, that was Jack Smith. Oh boy. This new moon solar eclipse had to do with the third decan of Aries, grief and sadness to mortals, death of some great woman, destruction of cattle. So eyes open for those things, not so much cattle, but I'm like trying to think of who a great woman could be. And then this was a lunar eclipse in Virgo back on March 14th. So March 14th, think back to what was happening in your life March 14th. I'm sitting here looking at all these eclipse charts and I'm like, why don't I have any charts? Why don't I have any teroscopes? What's going on here? Well, at the time, that's when my daughter was having surgery. Her world just flipped upside down. Her boyfriend broke up with her at the time. And then guess what? 6 months later, she and a different boyfriend broke up last night. It's like these things always tag team each other. So right now, Mars is at 20 degrees Libra. This was the lunar eclipse last March. So again, there's going to be, oh gosh, it's like war in the skies. Oh, and what happened then? The third decant with this is, oh boy. You know, it threatens robberies, promiscuous assaults, and rapes. Doesn't that sound like ice? And I remember, though, I did a live at this time because I'm like, you guys, this lunar eclipse puts Donald in the crosshairs because his sun and moon were in exact square to this, and that it would have awful implications for his health. I want to see how, oh boy, how is this affecting his health? The moon was squaring. The sun is down here squaring the ascendant. And his sun and moon are over here. Oh boy. Back to the past, the Six of Cups. He's stuck here with the EP stuff. Oh, yeah, the EP stuff. Crowning deceit. Well, this is over here in the 9th house, which has to do with the law and overseas. Ooh, no what? That's my no card. No. Okay. Trying to cover up. It's a delicate balance. Stuff that's going on with him overseas. This has EPs written all over it. We've got Mar-a-Lago at the bottom. He's pinned. Oh, Jesus. For, you know, all those secret talks, the money. This, there goes my throat, the Eight of Pentacles reverse. These are propaganda influence ops. And I find it no coincidence that we found out about his spies in Greenland today. This is leading to this lunar eclipse. This is where he's pegged down. We've got some EPs in here. But all the things that are going through him, Mar-a-Lago, what he's using through the White House, and money and data and deals, but they're not quite working for him. I just had an urge to... Okay. It seems like Jeff has something to say, and that's why I was getting the urge to grab my ring. This beautiful ring, the yes-no ring. And the question I'm just going to ask, because I was talking about this putting him in the crosshairs. Well, first of all, let's just say hello. Hello. Oh, I want to make sure this is facing the right way. So, did this lunar eclipse, you know, when we on the planet were on the other side of the sun, oh my gosh. Is this eclipse what debilitates his health? Like it's the point of no return. Is this eclipse absolutely debilitating for his health? Yes, like that was an easy question. Does the lunar eclipse on the 7th, I already know the answer to this. Does the lunar eclipse on the 7th contribute to the end of his life? Does it contribute to that? That is a yes. Okay. Now when the Earth moves another 90 degrees, so that would be like late winter or late fall, is Donald alive? When the Earth moves over there, is Donald alive? That looks like he's not alive towards the end of the year, you guys. There's more there. I don't know what he's trying to let me know. Oh, he's saying go on. Go on. Okay. Okay, so this is it. So we had our new moon in Virgo last August 23rd on Saturday at 2 in the morning. Oh my gosh, look at this yod, this formation. Oh my God. Pointing at the sun and the moon. The sun represents a leader and the people. It is anchored by Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto, the heavy hitters. Pluto's in the 8th house of life and death and transformation. But the thing is, that is so important about this new moon, which is setting the stage for the eclipse. Setting the stage. Setting the stage. Because this lunar eclipse, the moon is at 15 degrees Pisces. That's the top of the chart. So it's like everything that's coming up through the news and the actions that he's taking, the people are experiencing, that has been set by the new moon in Virgo. It is anchored by the sun, which represents a leader, which will also be at 15 degrees Virgo. So it's like everything leading up to this lunar eclipse, including this crisis quarter moon, he is getting kneecapped or cankled capped. This I cannot, it is just so stunning to me how this lines up like this. So a lunar eclipse, the second decan, it said what? A death to some great and illustrious person. That's right in the middle of the second decan. So the sky's over DC. This lunar eclipse, what's anchoring at the sun, and the eclipses last year had Donald in the crosshairs, his sun and his moon. He cannot budge. It's like he's stuck there. Oh boy. Yes, we are talking about the lunar eclipse. Lunar is usually people. This lunar eclipse, we've got the north node, so it's like on the side of favor for the people. We as a collective, it's like it's going to help us together and move forward, because eclipses force change when you refuse to make changes. So this is what's setting the stage. Oh boy. The Grand Cross Provoker. This is what I see when I say Donald is in the crosshairs. Yeah, he's a provoker, but I just see him out to dry, like hanging there out to dry. Temperance. They're mixing things, blending things. I just feel like they're just trying to keep him alive. Crowning this new moon Virgo, the grand trine, the blessings for the people. It's also the great reveal. Grand trine blessings. I've also seen Don Julio and what he's doing in cahoots with his people, helping him, that they're in the flow of being able to control communication, the narrative. They've got the news. They got everything working for them. Down here, this new moon Virgo, Aries, I am, and okay. Someone has absolutely set something into motion that is going to come out of the blue and strike. Is Donald doing this? Is Donald orchestrating whatever's coming out of the Is Donald orchestrating whatever's coming out of the blue? Is Donald orchestrating whatever's coming out of the blue? No, he's not. So is this something that's going to happen to him? Is this? Yes. And it's going to be in the skies for everyone to see. And Does the grand trine blessings, does that mean we're going to find out about all of his secrets that he's been unleashing on people? It's all going to be out there in the skies for us to know. Yep. I have to ask. Is this Aries I Am card, is this Felonia and whatever he's been up to? Is that Felonia and whatever he's been up to? Is that Yeah, and don't you guys feel like Felonia has some sort of secret going on? Oh my goodness, thank you, Purple Sky. I will draw a card for you at the end. Purple Sky. I appreciate you too. Oh, the mother of my grandchildren passed today, 8:27 at 2:27. I'm so sorry, Carrie. Let's just take a second and send some heart-centered love to Carrie. This nice, warm, heart-centered love to Carrie, because you worry about your kids and your grandkids. And just have them all protected, that they'll find their way, and that the daughter will always be near them. That whatever they need, they have everything that they need. She feels crystal clear. She feels crystal clear, like she's nodding, kind of like, yeah, this is the way it's supposed to be. And she's like got plans on how to guide you all forward. It's like already thought out. And she has total confidence that everyone's going to be okay. Wow. Yes, I understand you are reeling. How many grandchildren are there? How many grandchildren? How many kids did she have? I think she gave us I think she did too. That is, like, I just see her clear as day, kind of like that Judgment card, but she's not, it, like, you know how that Judgment card, the angel wings, and just, it's judgment, but she's not judging anyone. It's like, it's clarity, and this is like the next step, and she's just such a strong, there goes my throat, a strong angel force. I mean, that is, where are you? Where are you, Judgment? Who, does anybody, there. But I see her more like turned to the side. She doesn't have a horn, but it's like, yeah, she's got those giant wings. It's more like a profile, and she's like on her way. There's something big there. She had to. I was thinking two, but I didn't want to say. Oh my gosh. Yeah, two. Like 2 peas in a pod. Okay. Electra wants to know, when the National Guard leave DC, we are tired of them. Will the eclipse help them be gone? Yes, the eclipse will help whatever is going on. Those are the things that are being discussed. It's in the skies. Everybody knows. It's the news that everybody is talking about. It's the thing. It's bothering everybody. So that was a new moon, Virgo. Here is our full moon eclipse. No. This is not the one that I want. Oh, here it is. There we have what's anchoring this chart and squaring The ascendant is the moon at 15 degrees. In the air, we have 15 degrees of sun and the moon are in opposition. There is favor for the people. And it's like Donald can't move. We have 14 degrees Sagittarius. The United States, her rising sign, it has just risen. And Donald's warring asteroid Wuhan is there. He wants to have this war. I feel like he can't. Pluto and Uranus. Jeez, we've got these huge planets, Pluto and Uranus, with the midpoint of Neptune, Saturn, which is anchoring this. This just feels like a bunch of muck that it's almost like I'm having the illusion of Donald standing in mud. And if the mud could have like hands, they're pulling on those feet and those cankles, and he wants to get away and he just can't. And it's just pulling. That is the end. He is in this crap. What does this dude? Okay. Donald. It's about his body. Crowning. And it's the body of the... Holy crap. So how amazing is this? The first house, the body, that usually signifies him. He's the president. We're always his opposition. The 7th house, partners. So there's the giant opposition. It's like the people are at the top. We have Mars here in the 10th house. Mars could represent National Guard in DC, doing things by force. What's going on here for the people? Even though the sun is up there, the moon is the people. Wait, what are the people doing on the ground here? What are the people? Whoops. They are struggling. They're being surveilled. We've got the courts. They're binding together. It's a youth movement. Ace of Swords. What's going on here? Oh, there's Putin's help. He can't pull it off. He cannot pull something off, even though he has the resources. He just cannot pull it off. Just wants to get away and get out of here. Okay, let's see if we can figure out when the guard is going to leave. I cannot read on time. It's hard anyway. But I also have this problem with understanding time with my head injury. But let's see if we can do something. Can you help me out, Jeff? Here. At the first day of fall. Okay, so we've got the guard. We've got the guard. We've got the guard. We've got the guard. Guard is here right now. September, the guard in Washington, D.C. This feels very light, like it's floating. The guard in D.C. in October. This feels even lighter. The guard in D.C. in November. I can't draw a card. November. How about I can't draw cards in November, December. The guard is there in August. Trying to be there. Everyone's kind of caught up. They're trying to guard things, not guard things, follow a rule, not follow a rule. It's very confusing. In September, this feels light with the guard there. The Knight of Pentacles. They're there. They have a purpose, but not really. They just feel so detached from this job. In October, the Nine of Cups reversed. So this has also always been like Don Julio and his businesses. So it's like that dream of his is going awry. And I can't do anything for November, December. Okay. Okay, Jeff, can you answer these questions? No. Will the National Guard be in DC through August? Will the National Guard be in DC through August? Yes. Will the National Guard be in DC in September? And you know, they're getting eclipsed too. Will the National Guard be in DC in September? Wow, that was some, wow. Okay, will the National Guard be in DC in October? Yes. No. Oh. Yes and no. Okay. Will the National Guard be in DC in November? Will the National Guard be in DC in November? Nope. So maybe sometime in October, the guard is no longer there. Uh-oh. Okay, I am on delay. There's a delay here. Steve Myers, my pendulum. Steve, my pendulum swings on itself. You don't. Yeah, you know what? Mine does too. It takes too long sometimes, and I just want to refresh it because it just takes a while to get there. Okay. The poor guys are picking up, the guard are picking up trash. Is that what you're saying? My family just now so she can watch. Bye, family. In the 5 stages of grief, he's at number 4, bargaining. He's in a narcissistic rage and lashing out. He is. Hi, Connie. Okay. So there is that. What time is it? It is 9 o'clock. Let's just take a 3-minute break. So I can get clear on what we're doing next. Where's my... Uh-oh. Oh no. Did I do that too tight? Okie doke. Drink this. Okay, how are you guys doing? Whoops. You guys got any questions? I do want to give you an update. I did, at one point we talked about the vision that I was having of our flag. And there's an update to that, because I was initially seeing it kind of underwater in a Pyrex dish, you know, like when Don Holyoke came into office, and then the water got muddy and cloudy and you couldn't really see it, and you knew it was still there in this dish of junky water. And then it would, and I think that junky water turned to like a crusty, like dark thing with lava on it. But then the flag was being stretched in all four directions. Like somehow it had these stakes that were holding the flag up and just trying to pull and pull on this flag. And then the strings broke. And so now it's just laying there. And some of that black had moved away, so we could start seeing color again with the flag, mostly blue. So I tuned into that again. And it's just really interesting because it's like the flag is here. I see a lot of blue, and I keep asking, why am I seeing blue and just no red? And it's because blue in our flag symbolizes union. So now the flag is there. It doesn't feel worn out. It doesn't feel scared. It doesn't feel shredded. It feels like it has a lot of integrity, and it's just kind of waiting out Don Holyoke. But that crusty stuff that was on it, trying to cover it up, it's now like this. It's like super small. It's much smaller. It takes up less space, and it's just kind of like, even the flag is trying to, wait out Don Holyoke. So what does this mean for our union? This is the union. Oop. This is Donald and that. Oop. That is interesting. What's crowning this Sagittarius I see in Capricorn I use, this has to do with the law and government. That's in the skies above this flag. The union, we the people. Oh, there you go. This 9th house and Sagittarius, this is the combination I always see that takes Don Holyoke out. So we're the union. We have faith in our laws and what we're learning. I also feel like this is global support for the people. Not him, but from the people. Ooh, in the 10th house world. So whatever's happening is in the skies. It's global. It's for the world to know. Don Holyoke, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That signified his health in him. Reversed, hello. Oh. Oh. The 5th house, this is the office of the President of the United States, is not working. Okay, I have to ask. I just hate to. Does this mean the flag, Donald is incapacitated like a big turd? Donald is incapacitated. Does this symbolize Donald being incapacitated? Does this symbolize Donald being incapacitated? Yes. Oh my gosh, my hand feels funny. He's going to be incapacitated, you guys. Is JD going to be president? Is JD going to be president? Oh, is JD going to be president? And nope. So Donald is incapacitated and JD will not be president. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. And South Node, this is going, to me, this is getting back to basics, getting back to who we are. He's still trying to get on Mount Rushmore. What a turd. Paisley, the flag is hiding. It doesn't want to be burned. Yeah, it's like, it just wants to get away from this thing. All he did today was lunch with JD. Really? I didn't see, I haven't seen any news today. Oh, but JD, okay, so those spies were seen in, 3 of them in Greenland. This is what I was getting about that. There were supposedly 3 spies in Greenland. They figured out who they are. I don't know if they were arrested, but was the ambassador summoned? I felt like they've been watching them for a while. I just got a yes. And that whatever was happening, yes, with Putz and Donald in Alaska, yes, they were watching something specific there and how those people in Denmark were behaving. And this is another step in the removal of him and proving the interference. Oh, I froze when I said AMBASS. Buffering. Oh, boy. Oh. Okay. Let's look at AMBASS. AMBASS. AMBASS just represents the whole thing that's going on there. And AMBASS, dumbass, knows what's going on. But so this is that whole operation in the MARKDEN. Okay? I said that backwards. So they were watching that. They were watching the directives coming into AMBASS. And they were watching AMBASS and these 3 little people, what they were doing there. And I am getting putz and the relation to putz. They've got intercepts in all this. AMBASS. The United States telling him to do this. He's giving these people the directive to do this. And this is, like, they caught this. This is going out to putz. Because this is, oh, gosh. Oh, the 12th house secret. This was my Russia Riyadh Rubio card. State Department's involved with this. That surprising, shocking thing that's going to happen about war. And what's going on? So the White House is telling them lunar eclipse. Whoopsie, whoops. Is this the lunar eclipse? This is about trying to change the people. Trying to change the people there. Trying to change the people there. Because this is an op. AMBASS. Oh my gosh, that 9th house faith reversed. Remember, this is the card. This is what takes Don Julio out. He is there under bad pretenses. I'm an AMBASS, but really what I'm doing is this. And I'm instructing my people there. 3rd house messages reverse. I feel like this is propaganda and messaging. Trying to spread the word about. Try to influence this. And these hidden messages. And this goes back out to putz. Venus love reverse. Its gains for him are these people. No, but it's like the hidden advantage for putz through this entire process. I'm just going to lay low very quietly. I am also getting computerware, malware. balancing messages across, going to the King of Wands, because he's in charge of it. He's in charge of this whole thing, and Don Julio is following what he's saying. So trying to eclipse the people by 2 wands reverse. Look at all this undercover. This is all undercover stuff. There goes my throat. The plan that they have to put out there with their spies. And the AMBASS not acting like an AMBASS. Fool and the Queen of Cups. The United States of America. The Fool, the new... No, this is not the new start. This is them getting caught. Ooh. And then the people, this was their directive. Ace of Wands, Page of Pentacles, King of Cups. Oh my gosh. Do Putz's bidding by influencing and targeting certain young people there. Because he needs that. Why do you need that support? And all this goes back to Putz, and he's like, oh my gosh, the moon, the 2 towers, using, I think this is the Russia red flag country. Whatever they have planned, I have yes, that's my yes card. These people were the contact for what? This all helps them because they are the contact to keep the emperor in place. This is the plan to keep Don Julio in place. They have got the intercepts. So they waited to summon the AMBASS. There goes my throat. Until they were clear on everything they had. They knew before the Alaska meeting. They knew what was leading up to the Alaska meeting, and they were looking at evidence then that came out post-Alaska meeting. Can you believe this? I know, Purple Sky, I can't wait until we never have to see the orange face, alligator eyes, and the cankles ever. I know, I can't. It's going to be so refreshing. Although, then they're going to... I don't feel like he's ever going to go away in our lifetime, because then you're going to have the mythology and the urban legends and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I'm so looking forward to that. And our media no longer being controlled by him and all them. Antoine, I'm so glad that D. Mark is calling them out. Absolutely. Oh, Purple, you are truly a great metaphysical investigator. I love it. It's so fun. Delphian, I wonder if Jack is smoking any hash at the Bull. At the Bull, what? Frog Cafe in Amsterdam. Takes the edge off when an idiot when an idiot charges with the hatchet. I know. I totally feel like Jack is giggling. Lanny, how are they going to do all of this if the orange menace croaks? I don't know, but I am getting that there is a clear plan for whatever happens. Show me the team that removed the team. It's not just those that just go in and remove him. It's the leadership team. It's all the it's a big team. It's a pretty big team. Oh my gosh, Moon Void, of course. You guys, that was this eclipse with Aries on the bottom and Moon Void, of course. This is opening the removal. Oh my gosh. So this is the team. And the successful removal. Oh. This is the successful removal. I did not expect to see that there. And how we get from here to there. Oh boy, by force. You guys, this lunar eclipse should, according to this, trigger his removal. I am very, the moon card, because look at all these moons. This has been in the works for many lunations. It's not just a thing. Oh, on a whim, it has been planned out for, I want to say a year. Because I think even Biden was planning worst case scenarios if all this stuff came true. So this is the plan. They've been working on it for a long time. So that is successful removal. So team, it's surprising, surprise! This lunar eclipse triggers the removal by force. This is what we're going to see. We're going to see this. And this is the end result. This is the in-between people. I want to say the GOP. It just feels very solitary and confined. There's their Justice Reverse card. This is why earlier Tulsi revoked 37, the security clearances of 37 people. It seems like maybe they got wind that this might happen. And the fight to get it done. And the manipulation. They know this is a fight, but they have planned for everything that could possibly happen. So this is what they're going to do. Surprise! Two of Swords, we're separating you. We are undercover. Four of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and we got you. You didn't see us, but here we are. We have our orders. We have you. We have not a cavalry, but a group that have been planning a long, long time for this and being very attentive to detail. In the skies, by force, we're going to see the King of Wands, the High Priestess, the Five of Pentacles. Well, it's like we know something's happening. We're not going to be able to see everything. The High Priestess, it's going to be behind closed doors. I don't think we're really going to be able to see this happening, but it's happening. In the end, it's complete. It's complete. They're finished. The world, here's the GOP. Oh my gosh, they're done. They're done, you guys. Ah! Purple sky, I can feel it. He is. I think everybody feels it. It just, like, as we're barreling down towards this lunar eclipse, it's like everybody's got a whiff of it. Paisley, what was really going on at the meeting of all the guys, Macron and them? As they were dying, being gassed out by Don Julio. They had their strategy in doing that. It was last minute as well. But it's kind of like they had to do that to cover all their bases, because if there's an intervention, people have to know that, yeah, everybody tried their hardest. They tried all options before we had to act. I feel like that's what it is. It was kind of like a CYA to cover ourselves for the next big, oh my gosh, they were covering themselves for the next big thing. They were covering themselves. Pluto, it also represents small groups who are in power. So, eclipsing Donald. So, that's their small group of power, weighing Don Julio's removal, and then provoking. What are they now going to do? What are they want to unleash now? Because clearly it's Don Julio and Russia. I don't think I shuffled that. The Nine of Pentacles. They had to do that so they could have their security in mind, get everything in place. The Nine of Wands, the Defense Pact, protecting all of themselves for the great reveal. So, and these are nines leading to a 10. They are completing whatever they're doing for when Don Julio is removed, and they are assisting with that information. Antoinette's on fire. Cool. Okay. Okay, wait, let's see. Can RFK Sr., the one that passed away, please intervene on behalf of his son, RFK Jr.? He's trying to kill us quick. Yeah, he is. Let's do yes, no. Okay, Jeff. How's RFK? RFK's there, you guys. He is definitely there. And he's watching. It's almost like he's waiting to drop the hammer too. Jeff. Okay. Is RFK Sr. there to help protect the people? No matter what his son is doing, is RFK Sr. there to protect the people? Yes. Is RFK Jr. going to get away with killing us? Will he get away with killing us? Will there be an intervention to stop him? I just got, it's already in the works. It's because the hammer's coming down on so many, it's like they're not skipping a beat. RFK Jr. will be gone. I just really don't know how you organize this. I would not want to be command and control. Okay. So do you guys get anything else? Anything else out there? Purple Sky, I want to draw a card for you. Where are you? Just joy. Okay. Like I said in this title, tread lightly, ground fiercely. And you're going to inspire our community. Purple Sky. Tread lightly, you guys. Ground fiercely. Ooh, we are in it for the long haul, you guys. We're all in it to win it. I feel like this is saying, yeah, we're ready. We're ready. The plan is there. Because they also have to have everyone in on the plan. So tread lightly because this is crazy times. 7th house partners. Counting on each other. Watching who you're doing business with, because everyone is going to get kind of clobbered with this eclipse. But being there for each other. Ignore that nonsense and just be there for each other wherever you are with an open heart. And it doesn't matter what words are being spoken, but that is you present with an open heart and things will be okay, because there's a lot of fear out there. Ground fiercely into the ground and keep your balance. Keep your balance. eyes on the prize. Mars is in Libra. There's going to be a lot of provocations. So stand your ground, you guys. Don't be moved off your ground. Don't feel like you have to sacrifice, you know, where you are standing, where your beliefs and values are. Just be fiercely attuned to the best for our nation and our Saturn, our Constitution. Okay? Paisley, someone said ground, and carry some rose quartz just because. I like that just because. You know what else I like? I'm going to grab these two. I have a small, fool's gold. What is it? Iron pyrite. This is magnificent for shielding and protecting you. I like that. And I also like smoky quartz as a protective thing. So you guys, get out your gems, get out your stones, play with them, put them around, light your candles, do some more ceremony. But we're going to need a major smudge fest with this full moon eclipse. I mean, seriously, it is going to release so much stuff. Okay? There you go. Oh, I just got my rose quartz bracelet. How pretty. Maria, so they're not going to see what's coming? I don't think so. Okay, Jeff. Will Donald and the administration, are they going to see this coming? I mean, I suspect that they think it's in the air, but are they going to see this coming? Are they going to see this coming? Are they going to see this coming? I've got no, and I am just getting like quiet in the night, just your normal routine, and very quietly, it's time. And everybody, that is crazy. It's going to be a big surprise, you guys. Meditate if you don't have any crystals, or pray. Also, baking soda baths. Baking soda is great even in your carpet if you want to freshen it up. But baking soda is a great detoxifier. I wear a heart-shaped rose quartz in my bra. Lanny, you're so funny. I've put them there too because I want it close to my heart. Okay, so that's it, you guys. I think we're going to wrap it up here. Remember, swift as the wind, quiet as the forest, conquer as the fire, steady as the mountain. You have all that on your side. Embrace it, okay? So you guys have a good evening. I'm glad to be able to catch up with you guys. It's just been kind of a crazy week or so. And watch for those eclipse clicks because they're coming and things are going to be flying even before the lunar eclipse. I would say this quarter moon. The moon is in Scorpio. When it goes into Sagittarius, that's the crisis quarter moon. And there's going to be a lot of law enforcement type of things going on. Holy crap. Okay, thank you. Mahalo, thank you. Have a good evening. Kelly C. Shelley, thank you. Thank you, Teresa. Good night, Electra. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.